Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for coming and sharing some time with me. I love and appreciate you all. So it is extremely hot. I've been outside all day and well, all morning. Tending to the garden, tending to the lawn, things of that nature. Gave the dog a bath, like hot, dripping. Now I have to run out and go do some errands, and I do have on clothes, I promise, right? I have on clothes, but it's so hot. It's so hot. I think it's a 94 or something like that. And then the humidity makes it so much worse. Oh my God. But today I want to, in my egg chair. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but I usually keep these chairs outside, but inside I have my fan and my screen to keep the mosquitoes away because I've been outside and got bit about 7 times. Mosquitoes just love my blood. Like everybody else, well, not just my blood, but my energy, right? So I'm inside. So sorry I'm so low. I'm sitting so low. But yeah, I was just congratulating myself today, right? That's what inspired this video. Because my son cut the grass, but he didn't weed eat. And I was like, okay. I gave him some days to catch up, and he didn't catch up. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it, which is why I was out there today. But I've never used the weed eater before. I used the lawnmower before. I know how to mow a lawn, right? In my first marriage, he wasn't doing shit. Okay, so I learned how to do it, so I know how to. But I never used the weed eater, and I was like, I don't want to call my husband and ask him to break it down for me. And the reason why my husband's not doing this because he's traveling for work right now. So of course he tended to it when he was home, but we're getting rain, we need to handle it. And my big old 19-year-old son is freaking 19. Anyway, I was like, I'm gonna figure this shit out. I'm not going on no YouTube. Like, it seems simple enough. Put the battery in, push the button, and go, right? Or pull the lever or whatever, right? And I did. And I was looking at my job afterwards. I said, I did a pretty good freaking job, Like my angels, you see my fountain here, but we have angel statues in the front yard, and we have a statue of Venus right there. Like, I want my statues to not be overgrown because you can't get to the lawnmower. You got to hit it with the weed eater. And I was like, whatever I put my mind to, I freaking excel at. Like, I'm so amazing. I'm so freaking amazing. I'm so proud of myself, congratulating myself. And I'm reading this book where it's really like expanding my awareness of the various deities, right? The various goddesses and their, their energy and how they move, and, learning about Hecate and things of that nature. And I'm just like, there's so much information out there. And at the core of it all, okay, I will let you know, no God, no goddess, no spirit animal, no angel, no, not the universe, not nothing controls your experience here on earth, okay? But we are here to learn and to expand, and you can never know too much. And if you block yourself off, or you get focused on one certain thing, or you learn one thing and you hold on to it and you feel like that's the truth of it all, that there's nothing else in life for you to learn, then that's when you become stalemate. That's when you become stagnant. You always have room to grow and expand. And I was just like, I thought I knew so much already. I thought I knew a lot about this one topic, but no, there was so much more to learn. And, some of the things, even though I'm reading it in a book, that doesn't mean that it's law, okay? Anybody can write a book and put it out. Now, mind you, back in the day, right, it was a little bit more difficult, and people were a little bit more refined. But you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Even my YouTube videos, listen, please do use your own discernment. Always use your own discernment. But I can tell you this, in my 40 plus years of being here on this earth, okay, having multiple experiences, I know that every single time when I'm like, okay, good, I got this thing, I mastered it, I knocked it down. This is, you know, nothing else to learn about this freaking topic, right? Let me move on to the next. Then something comes up, boom, here you go, right? So taking in the information is not meant to like dictate you or rule your life. Man, if I was that way, if I didn't allow myself to grow and expand from the things that I learned when I was young, like there would be a setting infinite goddess, but she would be tucked away because she was always with me. She was always in me, always asking questions, always debating things, right? The reason why I dropped out of high school, I was like, this some bullshit. Yeah, I got 6 months to go. Yeah, I'm in a gifted program. Yes, I'm promising, whatever, you know, but I had this baby. I had my son the summer going into my senior year. No, summer going to my junior year. I don't know. No, I got pregnant in the summer. I had him in my junior year. Yeah, in March. So yeah, okay. So whatever. Senior year, I was just like, fuck this. Like, this is so stupid. Like, I'm going to the school. I'm not learning anything, and I want to learn. I want to be challenged. The biggest challenge to me right now is learning how to keep this other human being alive, right? That's my thought process at 17. I got to keep this other human being alive, and I don't have a job. I don't want a job. I now don't have a diploma. So how am I going to do this thing, right? Let me focus my experiences, my expansion over here instead of in these things that I feel like is not helping me grow. It's not a matter of I'm never going to use it in my life. It's not helping me grow. It wasn't fulfilling me. And right now, if you feel like you're stuck, you feel like you're stagnant, you don't feel like you're being challenged, then you got to get yourself uncomfortable. You're like floating right in the comfort zone. You got to get out of that shit because you're not going to grow. You're going to be withered up. Like, you're going to be like the trampled dead underbrush that I was pulling from my freaking cattail grass. Right? I have these, I call it cattails. That's probably not the name, but my husband planted these cattail grasses in the front and like off to the side. And our cats love running through, bouncing, trying to catch the lizards or whatever. But they trample it, and some of the grasses, you know, it gets dead. It's the underbrush. If you don't pull it and clear it out, okay, you'll end up like California. Okay, ask them niggas. They weren't cleaning up the brush. Right? You got to clear these things. You got to tend to this thing. So it's the same as you. If you don't clear out the dead energy, the dead weight, the underbrush, the things that's trampled, that's no longer serving you, that you've debunked and realized, no, this isn't it, and you don't find something to kind of fill its place, if you don't clear it out and put something to fill its place, what you're allowing is stagnant things to just keep going around and around and around, and it's not helping you. It's not helping you at all. So pick up a freaking book. Okay, people died for the ability to read a book. Okay, probably some of your people. It wasn't just black people. Okay, it was white people. It was Indians. Like, it doesn't matter. A lot of people died for our ability right now to have information, to have a book, to have the ability to read and have the ability to write. Don't freaking squander it. Don't throw it away. Even if you can only read 2 pages, even if you're like, I'm gonna set the timer for 10 minutes a day and I'm gonna read this book, and the book you choose is freaking Dr. Seuss, like, who cares? At least you're learning something. You're learning how to rhyme. You're tapping into that imagination side. Some of you, that might be what you need to do. You might need to go read Dr. Seuss. Like, this beautiful sister goddess sent the boys for their birthday, All the Places We Will Go with Dr. Seuss. And I haven't read that since I was a kid. And as I'm reading it to them, and you know, we're getting animated, like I see my boys like, okay, that's cool, all right, you know, like that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Tap into that side of you. No one said that you had to go pick up freaking, do they even make thesauruses anymore? Like, what's a big thick ass book? Freaking Crime and Punishment. Okay, no one said you had to do that, or The Crucible. No one said you had to go pick that up, right? Like, just get something to help you expand and to help you grow, because if you're not growing, you're not expanding, you're not filling your mind, if you're not studying, whether you're studying something new, you're learning how to do something new like me with the weed eater, or you're just learning how to do something old but in a new way. You're doing something old but in a new way. There's so many different ways on how to complete certain things. That's why multiple things can be true at once. That's why you're a multi-dimensional being. There's not only one way, there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? So allow yourself to be that expansive sponge that just soaks in all the information, because that's what you're here for. That's what you're meant to do. You're supposed to be expanding. You're supposed to be learning. You're supposed to be experiencing these things. You're supposed to travel the world. You're supposed to see all these beautiful sights. You're supposed to have all these interactions with all these different people. You're supposed to allow yourself to transform and change. And when you don't do that, when you get stuck in a rut like a freaking robot, like a freaking droid, okay? I'm in my Star Wars right now. Andor just left me wanting more, so I'm like running through it all again. Okay? If you get stuck like a robot or a freaking droid, you have no personality. And then you start to become like a zombie. Okay? You start off like a robot, then you become a zombie. And neither one of those things are cool, because that's not who you're meant to be. Okay? So that is that, wealthy family. I love you all. I appreciate you all. No. And I know y'all hate when I do that. Okay, I was like, oh, we should do a book club or like have a recommended book. But yeah, I don't want to do a book club, but I don't mind doing a recommended book. I share the books that I read anyway. Like I normally take pictures and put them on my stories and stuff like that. But yeah, if y'all want to do that, be like, what books are you reading, Goddess? You know, I'll let y'all know. I don't gatekeep. All right. Speaking of, this is Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay, I know we're almost at the end of it, but it's still the month. So for that, I have not marked my mental healing sessions down by 21% because my daughter turned 21 on May 18th. So I knocked them down 21%. Okay, calendar is open for you to go ahead and get those scheduled. I also have launched my mentoring session. And the reason why I'm saying mentoring and not coaching or things of that nature is mentoring guidance, because we're still connecting with your spirit team, connecting with your higher self, but it's based off the things that you want, the things that you desire. You let me know what are some things you want to focus on. I get together with your team, see, okay, this is what we should, this is what needs to be done, boom, boom, boom. And then over the 3 months, the guidance is provided. But that is on my website. Link will be in the description for that 3-month mentoring guidance program with yours truly, Ascending Infinite Goddess. But yeah, until then, check out my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess.com, to book all your sessions and things of that nature. And until we connect in, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.